helpful little rabbit and the hot-tempered lion. On a summer afternoon, the little rabbit, Ling, had just finished helping Grandpa Goat deliver fresh grass. Then, carrying sweet berries for the little hedgehog, she hopped toward the forest. On the way, she even stopped to lay down some leaves, making a tiny bridge so the ant struggling with a heavy box could cross. All the animals in the forest loved to ask her for help. Meanwhile, the lion Dolly was sprawled lazily under an oak tree. His brown mane weighed down a patch of clover, and with one flick of his tail, he chased away a little ladybug that had come near. Yesterday, he had roared at the hedgehog who came to deliver wild strawberries. This morning, he had kicked away the squirrel's fallen pine cones. He always thought the little creatures were useless. Now everyone avoided him whenever they saw him. Just as Ling approached, she noticed a line of black ants crawling up Dolly's paw. Some wriggled into his mane, some stopped on his chin, and a few even climbed up to his nose. Before long, Dolly furrowed his brow and scratched wildly. The more he scratched, the itchier it became. He didn't dare roar, afraid the ants would burrow deeper, so he could only roll around on the grass like a giant furry ball. Ha ha ha! The squirrel holding his pine cone laughed. The little hedgehog swayed and chuckled. Ling couldn't help but cover her mouth and giggle too. Dolly wanted to get angry, but he was too drained. He squatted there, fuming. "What are you laughing at? Hurry up and think of something. Don't just lose your temper." Ling hopped in front of him and pointed to the nearby stream. "See? When you face a problem, you should think of a solution. Jump in and soak yourself. Once the water washes over you, the ants will all be gone." Dolly, no longer caring about his pride, tumbled and scrambled into the stream. Splash! Water sprayed everywhere as the cool current washed over his body. He shook his head in relief. The ants were all gone. When he climbed back onto the bank, Ling crouched down and looked at him seriously. "Dolly, look," Ling said. "Just now you only kept losing your temper. But the ants didn't go away. In fact, you just felt worse. I may be small, but I was able to help you think of a solution. You always looked down on us, thinking little creatures were useless. But even a mighty lion can't handle tiny ants. No matter how small, friends can lend a hand when you're in trouble. Next time, don't just roar. Try thinking of a way. And don't look down on others anymore." Dolly stared at the patch of grass he had messed up, and remembered the hedgehog he had driven away before. His ears slowly drooped. He rubbed against Ling's paw and muttered, "I was wrong. From now on, I won't lose my temper so easily, and I won't look down on you anymore." Ling pulled out the sweet berries and, smiling, tugged him along toward the little squirrel. "Come on, let's wrap pine cones together. By evening, we can even pick sweet wild grapes." That afternoon, under the oak tree, there was no more roaring from the lion, only laughter shared with the little animals. Dolly not only learned to step carefully around the clovers while helping the squirrel trim pine cones, but when he came across ants carrying a box, he even paused quietly to let them slowly cross.